Rise and shine, mothers and brothers and cheese wedges and handlebars all over the world. Rise and shine. Let it grow and let it flow. I'm not just talking about the beard. Hey everybody, today's Rise and Shine is brought to you by the Groomed Man Company out of Australia. Phil Forbes, I'm going to be answering your questions. This will be your virtual interview on my ride to work. I'm hitting two birds at one stone, man. That's what efficient people do. So here it goes. Phil, you're sitting in the car next to me asking me these questions. First thing, everybody needs to subscribe to this channel called Gray Bailey on YouTube. You need to like the video if you like it, but subscribe. You don't have to like it, but you have to subscribe, okay? That sounds great. So here we go. And the website is thegroomedmanco.com. Google it. It's from Australia. They have great products. I believe in them. And they believe in me. So here we go. As a professional hair dude, you do a lot. What's the most rewarding thing about what you do? Probably helping people optimize themselves. Walk into a room of networking people. I don't want to give just a good haircut. I want to give a purposeful haircut. A haircut that does this. Helps you get the girl, close the sale, and get the job. Period. Purposeful haircuts. Haircuts that not just look good, but haircuts that do something. I have a proprietary way of trimming beards and doing haircuts with men. With women, it's different. With men, they're purposeful. My haircuts last longer because they're scissor intensive. They don't have a mowed lawn look. Some people say, well, you don't know how to use clippers. I have a one-finger salute for you. Knock it off. Scissor work is pretty darn valuable in the world of creating purposeful haircuts. You know, some people don't know how to drive, man. I'm telling you. I want one of those cars where you hit a button and, you blow them up. All right. That's the most rewarding thing about what I do. When someone comes back a month later and said, I got the job, or she said yes, or I closed the sale, or I won the case. Number two, what's the most difficult thing about taking care of men and running your shop? I don't have a shop yet. I will be opening up a boutique probably in the next year or two. I work for a company right now. I am an employee. So, difficult thing is being a corporate man, a Kool-Aid man, which I'm not. It's hard being that. I have to bite my tongue a lot. But you have to do what you gotta do. If someone is giving you money, you have to be on your best behavior. The whole concept of keeping it real, keep that to yourself. When you work for somebody, eat, breathe, live, and shit the company. Period. They were kind enough to bring you aboard. Be thankful for your employment. Difficult thing about taking care of men. Some guys are really super picky, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with picky. The issue is let the artist do his job. Sometimes I just want to hand the scissors and comb and say, okay, cut your own hair. I wish I had the freedom, and I will someday when I have my own place, to say, I don't think you and I are a match. I don't think I'm the right guy who's going to be able to serve you properly. I can refer you to someone who I think can cut your hair the way you want it and make you happier. I'm not afraid of doing that. I am the referral king. I don't pretend that I can do everything. Like 90% of the people in the hair business I know that would do a half-assed, crappy job on someone's head and not refer it out. I am not the fade guy. I am not the lineup guy. Although I know a lot of great people who do fades and lineups, and I'm more than happy to refer it. Unfortunately, not all your followers can come visit you for a tidy up. What should a guy look for in a barber? Barber or stylist? Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. What should a guy look for? You want someone who's licensed. If the license isn't there, get out of the chair. Did you hear me? If the license isn't there, get out of the chair. A license is for the public's protection. It's not to prove that someone went to school. It's not to prove that you put so many hours in. It's, for one thing, to protect the public. That's one of the questions on the test was, why is there licensure? Number one answer, to protect the public. That means you know the proper means of sterilization, sanitizing tools. You're not spreading disease from one to another. You're getting intimate. I get closer to men than their doctors do. You hear me? And I'm putting sharp objects on you. So number one, I need to know how to take care of those sharp objects, clean them, sterilize them, sanitize them. That's important. So make sure the license is there. Number two, see what their experience is. Someone can have 20 years of experience, or somebody can have 1 year experience 20 times. You hear me? There's a difference between having 20 years experience and having 1 year of experience 20 times. My background, I have a master's degree in education with over 1,000 continuing ed hours after my master's degree. I lost track of that. I stopped counting after I was 40. Now I'm closer to 60 than I am to 50, which means that I probably have, I'm guessing, 5,000 continuing ed hours. As far as practice, I have hundreds of thousands of hours in practice. But when I was in my former career, I will tell you, I always looked to better myself. Even I am at the top of my game right now. I'm probably in the top 10 of male stylists in the world, known internationally. I can't go anywhere without somebody saying, hey, Sultan of Silver, I watch your videos. I like that. I'm not in the millions of followers, I'm in the thousands of followers, but they're equally spread all over the world. It doesn't matter if I'm in Hong Kong, Australia, Ireland, Scotland, Tennessee, California, Chicago, Charlotte, San Diego, New York. It doesn't matter. People know me. So I've succeeded at branding myself. Make sure a person is experienced in continuing their education. Okay, I just sat in the chair for 45 minutes. I got a haircut I'm not happy with. What's the best way to tell my barber it's not what I wanted? Say that. That's not what I wanted. I always say, when in doubt, ask questions to hair professionals. When I teach in several different beauty schools, barber schools, and cosmetology academies. Ask questions. Gather data, give hope. That's what I always teach people in the hair industry. When in doubt, gather more data. You don't know it all. If you have any doubt, that doubt is going to come back to haunt you within 45 minutes. As I said, let's see. You're a pro at all things hair. Got any tips on looking after skin? Yes. Clean it every day. Don't always use soap. It's okay to remove environmental and particulate matter. The deep cleaning. Your body, the whole concept of detoxing and cleansing is bullshit when it comes to supplements and all that kind of stuff. I know people will disagree with me, but your body is wonderfully, perfectly made. When given the proper nutrients, it does everything. It cleans itself. Every hair follicle has a oil sac attached to it. You have natural, God-given hair conditioner coming out of your skin every single day. Keep the environmental and particulate matter gone. Don't strip the natural oils. Your body was made to condition itself. Your body was made to cleanse itself. Your body was made to detox itself, hence urinating and going number 2 in the bathroom, okay? You're constantly cleansing all the time. Men's grooming has come a long way in the past 15 to 20 years. Since the rise of the metrosexual, how is men's grooming different now than when you were in your 20s? Men would go into a barbershop and say, I want a haircut. And that usually meant one thing, short on the sides, longer on the top. Now there's a lot of different styles that people are rocking that are more appropriate for their face shape, their head shape, the length of their neck, the roundness, the squareness of their jaw, how their body looks. So I think we're becoming more, in the hair industry, more able to customize. There's more education out there for the average person. We're living at a time where it's not all long hair or all short hair. I know barbers took a beating in the 60s because when the Beatles came, a lot of men grew long hair. So the reality is that a lot of men started growing their hair long and going to barbers less, and barbers actually left the industry because people weren't coming in to get their hair cut, and when they did, barbers didn't know how to cut long hair. Now barbers and stylists are, one man in your chair is getting something a 1/4 inch long with a little spiky stuff on top and flipped up in the front. Another guy has a very long angled bob kind of thing that's messy, a beachy surfer look. You have to be able to do them all. If you can't, don't be afraid to refer out. As far as the term metrosexual, I can't stand any word that has the word sexual at the end of it. Lumbersexual, metrosexual, that's BS. It's a trend. You customize a haircut for the man and for the purpose. There's nothing wrong with a man taking care of himself. Metrosexual is a way of, I think, demasculinizing a man, cutting his balls off. A man that cares for himself is a metrosexual. Bullshit. It's a man who gives a shit about himself and is a good steward of his body. What is something you wish you knew 20 years ago, both in grooming and self-improvement? I wish I didn't use as much soap and shampoo on my hair and skin. That's the first thing. I was stripping off all the beautiful conditioner that my body creates. That's the first thing. As far as self-improvement, I wish I was more of a man of action as opposed to a man of theories. It's better to get out and do something than to think something. A lot of times just getting out there doing it, you can tweak actions, you can't tweak thoughts. If you do something wrong, you know the next time you do it, you can tweak it, you can modify it, and test it for different results. With thoughts, opinions, attitudes, theories, they're all bull. Forget them. What are some things a man should never buy in the cheap? Shampoo, conditioner. Paul Mitchell, I find, is one of the best. I love Paul Mitchell because one squirt of their shampoo will clean your head. You don't have to shampoo twice. It's concentrated. That's why there's a difference between what we call salon quality products and consumer products that you would buy in a pharmacy or a department store or a large discount store. That's why I like the higher end salon products. You do get what you pay for. Do not kid yourself. Okay. What kind of grooming products would you never ever use personally? I'm trying to become as chemical free as possible, so I like essential oil. I'm an essential oil freak. I like shea butters. I like rainforest oils. I like any kind of butter or wax that comes out of nuts, trees, things like that. I read the ingredients of things, and I probably have been reading labels for about 15 years now. So since my 40s, I've been reading labels. Prior to that, I wasn't a label reader. I encourage everyone to read labels and try to pronounce the things and just Google those things. Googling the name of a chemical will reveal lots of things about that product. You've been performing your work for a long time now. What are some fashions that have come and gone that you've hated? Man bun. I'm not a man bun guy. I think a man should look like a man. I don't think it's manly. I think a ponytail, if you have long hair and you pull it back, that's great. Man bun is too trendy. I think it's feminine. I'm a traditional male. I like masculinity. I don't think the lines should be crossed. If God made you a man, be a man. Period. And I know that's very controversial. If people don't like it, too bad. What other trends? Beards are not a trend. Clean shaven is a trend. When you look at history, the light of history, men have had beards much longer than they have been shaving. So I think having a beard is the most natural thing and beautiful thing a man can do with his face. Any fashions you'd like to see come back? No, not really. I like to see the ebb and flow of things. Sometimes when you go to the ocean, you go to the beach, the ocean washes some things in, some things wash out. That's the ebb and flow. I like ebb and flow. It keeps things interesting, and that's how nature works. Nature works in surges, and then it pulls back. That's the way things are in life. Sometimes you feel great. As they say, sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not. That's the way things are. If you weren't a barber, what would your career be? I'm a media person first. I have a media company first. What you're watching this on is my media production company. Right there. My phone. is my media production company. I probably would be a pitch man if I'm not cutting hair, but actually I am a pitch man, because with my whole series of Beards Without Borders, Rise and Shine, and reviews, I am a pitch man of sorts. So probably something on camera. I'm a professional observer and commenter. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people benefit from it, some people just curse me out. Read the comments below my videos. You'll see some people that love what I do. You'll see some people that hate what I do and curse me out as well. That's just the way it is. You can't be thin-skinned in that area. And finally, what is the ideal weekend for the Sultan of Silver? Well, I work every weekend in the hair industry. That's the first thing. But ideal weekend is being at the beach. I'm not a lay on the beach kind of person. I'm kind of like a sit under an umbrella and work on my laptop kind of person. I'm inspired by nature. So looking out over a stream, a lake, waves crashing inspires me to write and create content. I'm a writer by nature. I love writing. I love communicating. That's a big part of my life. And I find that my life is best fulfilled and best used, and the stewardship of my life is at its peak when I'm helping others. If I'm just living for myself. Now, helping others and getting compensated for it. If you're just give with nothing in return, for all the bleeding hearts out there, you're gonna die broke and hurt and sick and complaining and jealous and envious of everyone who has stuff and has a quote-unquote easier life. So I would say, don't be afraid to give, but don't be afraid to be compensated and charge what you're worth. Remember, people are paying for more. For instance, for those that are in the hair industry, people are paying for more than just a haircut, as my friend Ted Gibson says, who charges more for a haircut than anybody in the world. Ted Gibson, look him up. But he says, people come to you for so much more than a haircut. And I realize that, because when people come and sit in my chair, I know this one thing, that they passed 50 shops or salons on their way to me. So I'm very thankful that they did that. I appreciate that. So everyone that comes to you for your service or product, be grateful for them. Spend so much time loving them and appreciating them, and they will come back. Everyone who sits in my chair, I not only thank them, but I tell them, thank you very much. I appreciate your business. I like that. Not just appreciate you coming in because you gave me money. I appreciate your business because I know you have choices. I know there's a ton of options out there. I know that. And you passed 50 places to get to me. And boy, am I grateful for that. I hope that helps. The Groomed Man Company. Their website is thegroomedmanco.com. Phil Forbes, I want to thank you for the opportunity to share some basic expertise and a little bit of encouragement with your customer base. I hope that helps. It's now Saturday morning for me, the busiest day of my week. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to kill it today. Now you think about yourself killing it when you go back to work. And do it with a different attitude, a spring in your step. Walk faster, stand taller, be brighter. Take 1 extra minute grooming yourself in the morning. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to achieve more. You're going to earn more. Don't kid yourself. You are your product, not your service, not the thing that you create, but you are your product. You put a spin on what you do that's different than what everyone else does. You can do it. I know you can, because I believe in you. Now go out there and do it.